So after taking my car to the track after the header install and picking up 0.4 of a second, I figured it'd be best that I quickly try to book into the dyno again to try to get an after result to see how much power we picked up from the install before the weather turned, as it was late fall and winter was coming. Booked the car in with Steven from Khaos Kustoms, and let's just say the results definitely weren't what I was expecting. So we ran it again. And again. And then we felt the inside of the airbox, and the ambient air that was inside that airbox, we opened it up, stuck our hand in, it was scorching. It was super, super hot. We decided we'd try to prop it open with a 4x4 and just kind of prop it open to get a little bit of cooler air into that airbox to see if that would have helped us out. We ran it again and we got the same results. Now we had a pretty good feeling that the ambient air temperatures were playing into the lower numbers that we were getting, like substantially low, like lower than our initial stock dyno that we got done. So because the dyno's outside, we figured that ambient air temperatures were probably playing into that. I know that there's a correction factor, but dynos are kind of strange. They're a little finicky and hard to compare, like different days, different dynos. I mean, we did use the same dyno, but I mean, it is outside. It's not a controlled environment like a shop. So we had a feeling that the ambient air temperatures outside had a big role in playing in the lower numbers that we're getting. However, because we'd already run it at the track and we've already picked up about 4 miles per hour and 0.4 of a second, we knew that we were making quite a bit more power. So we decided not to focus so much on the number itself that the dyno was giving us. Instead, our attention got quickly caught by a very strange graph. The dyno graph was a little odd. There was a lot of flat spots. This factory dyno that we did was really, really smooth. The curve was super smooth, all the way up, as most dyno graphs should be really for your power curve. However, this one had a lot of flat spots where it would kick up and then it would go totally flat and then kick up and go flat. It was like really jagged and really a strange power curve. So that was making us think that the engine was probably pulling timing on us, meaning that our tune was probably leaving a lot of power left on the table. I have a feeling that the knock sensor was probably responsible for pulling timing and leaving those flat spots in the graph. So that being the case, I think what this showed me is an actual dyno tune at a shop here in town is probably absolutely needed to get the most power. I mean, obviously you get the most power out of it, but you definitely need to find a shop that specializes or that is very familiar with dealing with Hemis, because tuning Hemis is a little bit, it's a little bit of an art. It's not super easy if you're used to doing LS engines and stuff like that. From what I understand, the Hemi is kind of its own animal. So there is a shop in town here that does custom dyno tuning with Hemis. I think the first thing that this showed me is in the spring, I'm definitely due to go get a custom dyno tune to try to get the most power and smooth out that graph as best we can, get the most power out of this modification. And the second thing it showed me, after talking with Steven for quite a while about the different cars that they've had through, like a lot of Camaros, Vets, and Hellcats, about how much of a difference. Just getting cooler air into that intake box makes a huge difference in what kind of power you're seeing. That combined with just knowing what I see at the track from losing at least 0.2 of a second once my car is up to operating temperature from heat soak, the first thing I needed to do, in my mind anyways, was get rid of that factory thermostat, throw in a 160 degree thermostat, and then recalibrate that tune at an actual shop, get a dyno tune done, get the most power out of that modification as possible with a cooler running engine, and then take it back to the track and then see what we really pick up now after we know that we've got the most power possible out of those modifications, and see really what we can do at the track. So anyways, guys, like, subscribe, and drop me a comment below if there's anything that you guys want to know about the build or about the tune itself. Anyways, cheers.